In spite of PV Sidhu's string of sizzling performances in the recent months, since her silver medal-winning performance at the 2016 Rio Olympics, Saina Nehwal is still widely considered the preeminent female Indian badminton player. Even a narrow straight games loss to her taller, younger compatriot at the India Open a month back has not changed the average Indian badminton lover's perception of Saina. Nevertheless, the 27-year-old Hisar-born, Bangalore-domiciled Saina's performances, since her return to the courts from reconstructive knee surgery, have failed to measure up to her high standards. In half a dozen outings since the China Open last November, she has won just the second-rung Malaysia Masters Grand Prix Gold Tournament, failing to make a mark in the Super Series Premier and Super Series tournaments in which most of the world's top players take part. Saina's latest opening round loss, at the Badminton Asia Championships in Wuhan, China, on Wednesday, to Japan's Sayaka Sato has further strengthened the impression that the 8th-ranked player in the Badminton World Federation, BWF, standings has some way to go before she can become the world beater she was, before incurring the debilitating right knee injury at the Rio Games. Stamina was the sole reason why the number 7 seeded Indian was beaten 19-21, 21-16, 21-18 by the 25-year-old Japanese left-hander, with whom she had a 6-1 winning head-to-head record, going into the match. Saina's sole loss to Sato had come 6 years back, in January 2011, at the Korea Open, but thereafter she had always managed to outlast her 16th-ranked rival, beating her in 3 games on each of the last 3 occasions they had crossed swords. Coach Vimal Kumar confirmed the suspicion about her reduced staying power, saying that, even at the Malaysia Super Series earlier this month, Saina had admitted to running out of breath in the decider of her long-drawn 56-minute battle against another Japanese, Aki Yamaguchi. In a way, it was sweet revenge for Sato, who had been bested in her previous 3 encounters with Saina by a player boasting superior physical fitness. There were no such problems, however, for Saina's fellow countrywoman Sato, seeded 4th in the tournament in which all the world's top 10 badminton stars, barring Spanish world and Olympic champion Carolina Marais, being ineligible, as she is not Asian, are participating. Sato breezed confidently through the opening game of her lung opener against Indonesia's 26th-ranked Dinar Dayayusti, before laboring in the second, to notch a 21-8, 21-18 triumph. Sato should be equally comfortable while making it through her next outing against Japan's 20-year-old Aya Ohori, but will have her hands full while taking on another 20-year-old, He Bingjiao, of the host nation, in the quarter-finals. The 8th-seeded Chinese southpaw is expected to make the last 8 grade by settling the pretensions of Thai teenager Porpoi Chachwok, who had ended runner-up to Saina in the last Malaysia Masters in Sarawak. Most of the top 10 men's singles stars, with the exception of Danes Jano Georgis and Victor Axels, who, like Marais, are not eligible to play, as they are not Asian, are in the fray at the Badminton Asia Championships. Malaysia's world number 1, Lee Chogwei, has been rightly given pride of place, ahead of 2-time reigning world champion, Chen Long, of the host nation. Korea's Sun Won-ho and 5 times world champion Lin Dan of China, get the next 2 seedings, with the legendary Super Dan set to clash with arch-rival Lee at the semi-final stage in the top half of the draw. As for the Indian challenge in the men's singles, Ajay Jayaram, who has powered his way to number 13 in the BWF rankings on the back of several stellar performances in recent tournaments, added another noteworthy scalp to his bulging satchel. The 29-year-old eliminated the 5th-seeded Chinese, Tia Hawei, in front of the latter's home crowd, by a 21-18, 18-21, 21-19 verdict in a 70-minute battle royal on the main show court. Jayaram next runs into Chinese Taipei's HSU Jen Hao, who sidelined the impressive Chinese Hu Yu in the opening round by a facile 21-30, 21-14 margin. Should the Taeborn Indian shed his exhaustion after that epic opening round, and also jettison his tag of inconsistency, he could lower the colors of HSU, and earn a quarter-final meeting with top-seeded Lee Chog-wei, against whom he trails 0-7 in career meetings. Jayaram's compatriot, Haseya Suilkumar Praoi, was, however, not quite as fortunate in the closing reaches of his clash with the number 8 seed from Hong Kong, Ka Long Angus, and was beaten narrowly at 16-21, 21-30, 19-21, in a rousing encounter that lasted a minute over the hour mark. There really was nothing to choose between the two players in their very first meeting, and the normally rock-steady Praoi was unlucky to lose the final 2 points through unforced errors. In the paired events, there was no joy for India, as each of their top twosomes in the men's, women's and mixed doubles made exits in their opening round matches, albeit after showing some sterling resistance. Several other Indian combinations had lost in the preliminary rounds, held on Tuesday, and the country had a solitary pair in each of the 3 doubles events. The top Indian men's doubles combination of Moatri and Sumit Reddy were ousted 21-9, 21-18 by the number 5 seeded Chinese pairing of veteran Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan. Outmaneuvered and smashed off their feet in the opening game, Atri and Reddy fought gallantly in the second, but were always a step or two behind the redoubtable Chinese pair, and forced to play catch-up. In the women's doubles, it was clear that Ashwi Poappa and N. Sakai Reddy, who have paired up after the virtual retirement of Jwala Gutta, still have to master the finer nuances of being a crack combination. They almost took the opening stanza against Koreans Chae Yu-jung and Kim So-yeog, but then faded slowly to a 20-22, 16-21 loss. Had they won, they would have clashed next with the top-seeded Japanese pairing of Ayaka Takahashi and Misaki Matsutomo. The best Indian performance in the 3 paired events was produced by Prof. Jerry Chopra and the left-handed Sakai Reddy, who stretched the top-seeded Chinese pair of Z Xi Wei and Chen Qiuj before capitulating at 15-21, 21-14, 16-21. There is uncompromising Chinese dominance in this particular event, with 3 of the top 4 seeded pairs having the advantage of playing in front of their home crowds, and in the absence of Indonesians Tartawi Ahmed and Lilia Atsa, sidelined by injury. The only pair who appear capable of challenging the Chinese hegemony is the young Thai twosome of Dechapol Purvaralkra and Sapsari Teoritache, who have been seeded number 8. And are slated to run into the top seeds, Zedk and Chen, at the last 8 stage.